Hey everybody, so we're going to have some fun today. I'm going to show you some things. We're going to be making this kind of a diorama card, and we're going to be using this paper that's on the clearance rack right now, and this set mostly. All right, so we're going to go live soon. Renee from Florida, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and let's go ahead and go live. I hope everyone is doing well today. I have so much to tell you. There's a huge clearance rack. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but there is a huge clearance rack full of items on Stampin' Up. And I tell you, definitely take a peek and check it out because it is definitely worth it. And matter of fact, I wanted to show you this style of card today. I'm going to show you how to build this, and I'm going to be featuring the Treasured Kindness and featuring this paper that's on the clearance rack. I had no idea that it would be. It is called the Blackberry Beauty. It is on sale. You've got to look at those items. This is that paper. You can see it was last year's paper in the mini catalog. And so let me make sure you can see that. Sorry. And then there's that. I'm just so excited with all these things. All right. And so then you have that one. And then this one, the back side is that, which is gorgeous. I think can be for the fall, some of the pieces, and the winter. It is mostly Blackberry Bliss Gold, cinnamon cider, rich razzleberry, but you can go ahead and use, that's what that is, very nice. And then there's a huge sheet of this, which is gorgeous with this. You can see that's very Christmassy and holly. So I think this is great. It also comes with an ephemera pack that is on sale as well. And in this card, I did use the ephemera pack, one of the labels. I've used quite a bit of it since it was from last year, but the ephemera pack is called Blackberry Beauty ephemera pack, and it comes with all kinds of labels and beautiful acorn frames. I'm going to use this one today. It's hard to, little banners, tags like, and still there's still all of this. So this becomes a frame right here. This is a frame right here. So you have frames within frames here. This was one, these were all flowers in gold that have been used, more tags. These were again flowers that have been used and tags. These are some of the flowers. These are some of the flowers and tags that are left. It's a beautiful, beautiful set. They have a beautiful owl also that, of course, I don't have anymore. Here's one of how they would look in gold. This is how they would look in gold right there. So it really is nice. That is the ephemera pack. Definitely, I would, these things go fast. All right, this is from the, so take a peek. There's many Christmas items in there. There's quite a bit of designer series paper. They're wonderful embellishments for the holiday. I would definitely go check that out. Items for $4 and $2.80. I mean, just a bargain all the way through. This is the Treasured Kindness that I'm going to be using today. So that's that stamp set. And so if you have any questions about the sale or need anything, please just message me below the live video, make a comment, and I will get to you and help you any way you can. or go ahead and message me through the Facebook messaging system. This was the one of the originals that I saw through a swap with our team. And many people have been making this diorama type of card. And with this size, it is literally a 4 1/4 tall by 5 1/2 wide. And then you score a 1/2 inch here, a 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. You do exactly the same with the card stock, and I'll be showing you all that. And you get this, and it lies flat and goes in the envelope. With mine, it is, I like my cards a little bigger. So this is a 5 1/2 by 7 1/4. So it's a 5 1/2 by 7 1/4. Here's some more of that beautiful ephemera pack. And we score at 3/4 and 1/2, and I'm going to show you that. And then you do the same with the card stock, okay? And this is our beautiful card, and this is the sentiment on the back, and then I would just sign in gold, actually, is what my plan is. When you go ahead and put it in the envelope, what you do is you push in the sides, close it up, and then put it in sideways like this, okay? And it will fit in there. It will be bulkier, of course, and we'll take that butterfly stamp that is non-machinable. So that's how you would do that. Okay, so the first thing I did is I take a sheet of designer paper, and I cut it at 7 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right. And then I put it in the score machine, and I'll show you that with the paper, with the cardstock, and I score 3/4 and then 1/2, 3/4 and then 1/2. What I used for this to cut out the holes is I used our beautiful new dies, which are our new framed floret dies. And because of that, I was able then to cut out the rim and the circle, and then still have this circle. So, and you saw on the back of this card how I used that circle, all right? Right there. The other thing, so then what I do is I actually glue these two, since I have to cut one out in Very Vanilla, because I'm going to use Very Vanilla. I'm going to glue those two together when I do that frame on the back. And this I can use somewhere else. It's beautiful. It perfectly has the owl right there. So that's going to be great on some other card. So the next thing is that I then decided to cut this out. And that is the other framelit. And when you do cut that out, you also get 2 pieces. So another circle that you can use for something else. All right. And that was this one that I got. So I cut it from that paper that you saw. All right. And I got this circle and this piece. And again, I can use that somewhere else. And this then, with this framelit, I'm going to put over this, which it fits perfectly. So it's just really nice. So these are great floret framed dies, and they work perfectly through that embossing machine. And so if you're thinking about getting them, I think it's a great idea because it's a great, great set. Okay, so let me show you what you do. And I like how you do this fairly easily. We are going to, of course, have a vanilla cardstock. I am going to use vanilla, Very Vanilla, and I am going to have a Very Vanilla circle that was cut out from that other piece of die. All right. And so just to show you how to make those cuts on that, for a standard cardstock, okay, you are simply going to cut the 11.5 inch side at 5.5, because that's how tall it's going to be. So that's a normal cut. And so you have another half to make a whole other card, which you can use those other pieces for. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut this at 7.25. So that has to be cut at 7.25. 7.25, just like that, from 8.5 to 7.25. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and at 3/4, you're going to score, which is actually 6.5 there. And at 1.5, I always go on this side, which is 5 3/4. But I just do this. That's my way to go. 3/4 and 1.5. And then both of them, you are going to do the exact same thing for the designer paper and for the cardstock. And you're going to fold it exactly the same way. So what you want is you want it to pop out. So the inside fold goes valley and the outside fold goes valley, mountain, like that. And that is the same thing. Here we're going to do valley, mountain. I guess that's what it's called. Yeah, valley, mountain. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and you'll be gluing those two pieces together right there. All right. Now, what I did do, and that was for me, this is how I did it. I'm sure other people would do it differently, is I went ahead and did glue these two pieces together. All right. So what I'm going to do, and make sure that they fit pretty well, because yeah, that'll work well. And that'll work well. Yeah. Okay, so we're good there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue that, because I'm going to work on the outside and I'm going to place it in there, which is not difficult to do, really. I mean, you could place it, you could make it, then place it. Oh, I guess we could do it. We could do it the other way. We'll just leave those two pieces there. We're going to take our vanilla cardstock and we're going to start going ahead and making our design. So what I do is, you kind of do want to know where the center is of your design. So you would kind of place it in here. And then what I do is I fold it down. One of the reasons I kind of like to have it glued down already is because I want to make sure I'm placing it. Yeah, that will work. So I'm going to go like this and like this, and I'm going to hold it down. And then I'm going to take my pencil and I'm very lightly going to mark the perimeters, just so that I kind of know where my parameters are for designing this. So it's basically right in here. So now I know where my picture, the center of my picture is. Now, this is a beautiful set. And this week I will be showing you exactly how to go ahead and use it as it was meant to be. And then I will be giving you some more ideas on how to use this wonderful set. It's kind of a new thing that I'm doing on my site. I'm going to take a set and I'm going to play with it. and I'm going to show you how it works. And one thing I forgot, because one of the pieces is the little bowl here that I do want, and I am going to do that in Mary Merlot, and that is the color of my cardstock, which goes perfectly well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, I don't have to put it as far down, but I'm going to put it in the center of my circle because I kind of make my parameters. So I'm just going to go a little bit higher because I know that I won't see it so low. So as you can see, this is where I put that. So now I know where I can put my tree. We always want to put this piece down first if we intend to use it so that we can center our tree and know where our tree would go. All right, so now I can do my tree now that I kind of know where I am. And so I can go ahead. I will tell you that with this tree, there is a little spot that's a little finicky, so you have to be careful. That's that top spot has a tendency to blotch, so make sure you check. And I'm just going to put that right there where the tree is. I mean, where the bowl is. And there you go. That's perfect. Okay. So you can see right here. All right. So I got those two pieces done. What I am going to do, I'm going to do what I call, now these of course belong right here and fit so perfectly right here on those branches, but that's not what I'm using it for. What I am doing, I'm using these as clouds, which I absolutely love. But again, first, I'm not doing my sequence right. But first, I do need to do my sky, which I am going to use the crushed curry for. I mean, my sun, not my sky, my sun. And do my sun first. Make sure I have that. So I'm going to use my crushed curry, and then I'm going to use my little dauber. I'm going to use my little Mary Merlot, and I'm just going to go a little bit here just to give it a little bit of color. And my sun is going to go right here, right here, right here. There's my sun. Yes. All right. And so then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my clouds. And again, with these clouds, I am using the Mary Merlot. It's kind of the color that's being featured here, but I stamped off, as you can see, and then I'm just going to go up here like clouds. I can go off the paper, that's fine. Just, you don't want them dark, you want them light. And they can go right there, right over the sun. And there you go with your clouds. All right. Now, I have one more piece that I'm going to do. And that is, I wanted to make this a fall card. We could maybe make it a Christmas card, depending on the type of leaf we use. But what I'm doing is I am doing these leaves from the set Sparkle of the Season. You can use any kind of leaves. You see this has little snowflakes too, and stars and bats. This was from last year, but I am going to use my crushed curry. And then I wanted to use my early espresso. So I better close. I won't close that one, but I will close this one. And I'm going to go ahead and go back in there because I want it nice and dark. And then I'm going to have falling leaves. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to clean that off. And believe it or not, I'm not too concerned because I want to have multiple colors. So I'm going to go here with that. Here's some falling leaves. And then here's some more falling leaves. And maybe we'll do those a little darker. And here's some falling leaves. Do I want to put them up here? No, I think I want to put them there. Like that, that's fine. And there's some falling leaves. So you have your falling leaves. And I think I did put them in a little better placement on my other card. I think I put those one set of clouds a little bit too low, but that's okay. Okay. So now we can close those up. This is a fairly easy card, as you see here. And so I'm going along and cleaning up. So anyway, I did take a picture of some of the items on sale in the clearance rack. So you can go ahead and see that. So I suggest, if you are really interested, to go there and go ahead and check it out. Again, please contact me if you would like to get something or try to understand what you can get. Getting a little, I had a little ink on my fingers, but that's okay. You won't even see that because it'll be too low. And there you go. And there that is. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. What I did is I wanted this to stand up a little bit. So I am going to put this on dimensionals. And if you're short on dimensionals, a good way to do that is for this kind of card, you do have to put, I would say, 5 on there, but you can do it so that you have basically a good support. So you're kind of going in a little bit and down a little bit. That one went a little bit further, but this is a good placement. And then you can go ahead and do that. So here then what I would do is I would simply go ahead and place that on here in the center. It should be pretty centered. So you should be able to center that. I think higher is always better than lower for this kind of a card, because you want to make sure you see your, see, isn't that perfect? Isn't that great? Okay, so now all we have to do is we're going to go ahead and we can, oh, no. Next, what we're going to, again, I'm doing everything out of order. The next thing is I do want to put this on. Okay, I do want to put that on there. And so I am going to go ahead and glue that on first. And again, some people do dots. Some people use dauber, which I do many times. But this is pretty, see, there you go. And then what I do is I just spread it around. See, I can spread it around because there's still some on there. So I just spread it around. And I put it on the top part mostly. So that's plenty of glue for that. And then I am going to just put it right on top. Right on top. It fits right over it just perfectly. I'm doing this right here. I got some glue on my fingers, so I'm trying not to get the glue on my fingers. There, right there's good. Right there's good. That's good. That's good. There you go. Get it all around there. Yes, that's good. Get that a little further up. That's good. There you go. There you go. That should be pretty good. Yeah. I just like to see it on this side, and I'm working it to make it kind of even. Good. And again, if you have any glue on there that you feel like you do, you can easily, if you got too much glue on that back side, just go ahead and use your little embossing buddy that is now available in the mini catalog with all the other great accoutrements that can be used for many things. And so that's good. And then what I thought I would do, pretty sure, what I was going to do was, let's see if I, oh yes, here it is. I have To You and Yours, and I'm going to use part of that ephemera pack. And I was going to use this, I have golded it. So what I simply did is I went ahead and we used to have, and I did get it from Stampin' Up, we used to have delicate golden glitz and delicata, and I still do have that, and so I've been using that. But there is, yes, and that's the one I think I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use that, but I think I'm going to put that on afterwards. I think I will, even though it looks like it might be difficult to do that, it's actually easier once it is glued together. So now I'm going to glue this together. And what I do is these two. So as you can see how this is situated this way, right? And so now I'm simply going to put this on top. Again, what I'm going to do is just make sure my edges are together. That's the most important thing for me, is that my edges be together. There they are. They're looking good. They're looking really good. But that's it. A great card. I love this card. It's just gorgeous. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this on dimensionals. And again, the To You and Yours was part of a Heartfelt Wishes, and it is part of what do I want to say, from last year. But always look, there's always, they always have words, a set of sentiments packs, and so then that goes like that. You see how I'm doing that? So then what happens here, all I'm going to do is glue this right here down here. I don't want to get too much glue, so just going to go like that and like that and like that. Dot, 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 dot. And then I'm just placing it right over and underneath that. That's what I did, which I did like. And that just kind of framed it like a frame. Isn't that great from the ephemera pack? Isn't that the greatest? So fun. So fun. All right, so we're definitely getting there. I hope you can see it all. there it is. When you look at it straight on, you can see it better. There's that part. That shadow, maybe if I turn that off, maybe the shadow will be less. I don't know if the shadow will be more. Yeah, I think that's at least a little bit better to see how that fits in there. See how that is? So pretty. Okay, so I do have an embellishment for the top. I did do some cutouts. What I decided to do is I did have some ribbon, which don't, oh, there it is. I did have a bow, and I thought I would put a bow up here. And this is just some gold twine from Stampin' Up. And then what I thought I would do is I would take, I did cut out, a fussy cut out one of the owls because I couldn't find the other one. And I fussy cut out a feather, which I'm going to kind of lay there as well. And then the bow is underneath, and then that is on top. Now I'm going to use a glue dot. And I can put right on here, right on here, and then I can lift that off and put that down. So many times when I have that really thin twine, I have a tendency to go ahead and double it up and make a bow. And then that bow ends up serving me well. Because that is fairly, and this is for all those tags, really, this is really for tags, and it's great for tags, but if I double it up, I can also use it as a bow, if I can get that there and there. Let's see how that, well, you get the idea. Not gonna happen, that's why that's there. Now I could put another glue dot or something, but what I'm going to do is I think I am going to put him on a dimensional, which I think will work because the front is already with a dimensional. Now I could put some small dimensionals on his wings, which might not be a bad idea. Like one right here and one right here. And then we can take that off. I believe we can take that off. There you go. Someday I'll be using that pick tool some more. And sticky. And then I'm going to put him right here, just like that. Gorgeous. See that? Isn't that great? There's his face right there. All right, isn't that cool? I think that's so cool. Anyway, and so now I do have the feather, which I would love to kind of put like right there by, as if, well, or floating. No, I think right there. I'm not gonna, of course, put him on dimensionals. Just gonna make it so that it's like, move that away, and it's like he's carrying almost the feather. Yes, he's carrying that feather. What? There you go. As you can see there, see? There it is. And it's definitely what you would say with that vanilla goes really well. The ephemeral pack is, by the way, the ephemeral pack is white and rich raspberry and blackberry bliss. But I like, if I'm not using it, or when I use it, I can still tone it down from white anytime, which I've done many times with the dauber. You just daub a little bit and change it up, just like I did here it doesn't have to be white. I took some Cajun craze and then put some splotches down here so that it blends in. It's very, very easy to do. All right, of course, I cut that bird out. So on the back again, what I would do is I could use a full sheet of a 4 by 5 1/4, and you could use a full sheet for that back side if you like, you know, and you could go ahead 4 by 5 1/4 and then put your sentiment, or you could do the concept where you're going to just have your circle, and then you are going to glue these two together, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and place it over that piece, all right? And then you can put your sentiment. Either way works. You fill my day with happiness is a wonderful sentiment. You might want to put something like grateful down for Thanksgiving. If you like, using that same sparkle of the season, I could use grateful. All right. May the sparkle of the season warm your heart and home. You could maybe do that. With this one also, if you had this one, you much gratitude, sending love. That's a great one, sending love. Depending on how big it is. Cheers, sending love. It might be too big. Don't quite, oh, there it is. I've never put the backs on here, but again, here you could simply have sending love and put that down on there, which would work. And so I would go ahead and I can do that. And it goes this way and that way. And I could put that there right in the center. And if I did that, I would probably add a few things to that, because that's a fairly small, that would be, I'm going to show you on the back side, because that's a fairly small one. You might want to look at something larger that fits the space, because I think I'm going to do that on back side just to see how that looks. But you want a bigger sentiment, of course, here. Although that's not bad for that, actually, that would work for me. Yeah, that does work for me. And then you would glue this down, and then this gets glued together and goes right on top. That's all. And you can put some gems in there if you like. That would work if you want to. This is a pretty fancy card. And you could just have sending love and then just sign your name in gold, or you could probably do it in another color that might show up, but I would do it in gold if you leave it this way. Otherwise, you can do this. You can do that. You still can do that and still have sending love, and then go ahead and you can go ahead and still do this if you like, and then sign your name or write a little note. And not a problem with that at all. So I'm just going to let you go ahead and make that decision. But this is where we are. And I think I am done for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Please check out this week for more ideas with this stamp set. It is a hidden treasure, actually. Check it out and see if you like it. All right. Talk to you soon. See you next week. And this was 8 out of 10 for the fall. 8 cards, 10 weeks. So we have 2 more to go, and we'll see what happens next week. All right. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you later. And hope you have a great day.